Oh my god, we're back for week 6 and this is the last week and I'm so excited and there's so many goodies this week and I just can't wait. I had to add this one because it's a very important part of everything I've done also like later on, since recording the first couple of modules. And I'm just so excited and so proud of you that you made it this far. I know this is not the easiest journey, but here you are and I'm just so grateful for you, and let's just dig in.
Okay, so welcome to week 6, you guys. This is going to be a very exciting one. I absolutely love this topic. And we're going to be talking about a couple of different things, including how to be yourself, why authenticity is so important, how it influences your health, your well-being, and also what's up with taking the action. Now, I know I talked very briefly about this taking action when we were talking about intuition, but it's just so much more important, and I really just wanted to dive in more. So, okay, so let's just start. So, like I said, what's on this week? So, we're going to be talking about why daring to be yourself is crucial for your health and well being, how to be yourself, dare to be yourself, what's the deal with silliness. You see loads of my photos and the unicorn here. What's the deal with this, and why being authentic is so important for your body and your health, the power of taking action, the right action for you, and what that is. We're going to talk all about this. The power of distraction, the power of decision. I love this one. And I prepped for you guys insanely badass, inspiring story. I absolutely love it. And how your truth and freedom, you know, is gonna finally come out, and how that's gonna make you feel. Okay, so let's just start. Okay, so dare to be you. So be yourself no matter what. Some will adore you and some will hate everything about you, but who cares? It's your life. Make the most out of it. Unknown. I love this one. So I found it really great, to open up with this. So why is being yourself so important? Because embracing yourself and who you truly are, this is the gateway to freedom. And being yourself and owning who you are also leads to health and healing. This was a big one for me that it took quite some time for me to get this. But when I finally did, it just everything really changed for me. And not only, does, you being yourself make you feel good, but it also attracts the right people your way, the right situations, everything just really starts aligning. And yeah, what's no longer aligned, what's fake and what's burdening you falls away when you dare to be yourself. And this is also the ultimate recipe for a passionate and genuine life. And as as I love to say, YOLO, it's like, why would you be anyone else than yourself? You only live once, why not, express yourself? And what other people think of you has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them, by James Sherrill. I love this badass. And this is so freaking true. And the thing is, the more you're yourself, the freer and more alive you feel. And then positive emotions have soothing and healing effect on your body, as we discovered on week 3. Just there's so much science backing up this, how feeling good and positive emotions really insanely influence your health and well-being. And there's like, more like I think more cells for this immune cells and all of these things that we talked about. And the thing is, you heal as a side effect of being yourself, listening to yourself and taking the action towards what you truly desire. So that's why I wanted to add this, basically, the last part, taking the action, because for quite some time I've just been, reading about stuff, and sure, I took some action, but not like a lot of it. I didn't take the massive action. I just took a bit of it, and I was like, why is my life not changing or happening for me, or whatever. And I realized that, that was kind of like the last piece of puzzle that I was really missing. And that's why I it's absolutely crucial for you to hear about this, to learn about it, and then to be like, okay, now I get it. Why some things, or maybe for some of you, all things in your life just haven't really been into place. Okay, so this is an example. Like, I just want to show you. I'm not saying you have to be like this, but this is my example. Okay, so reasons for me being myself is that I love to travel, I love to move around, I love unicorns, I adore crystals and spirituality. But there were times when I didn't dare to be me. I was hiding, especially crystals and spirituality. Of like, oh my God, they're gonna think I'm crazy and I'm nuts, and it's just I was just so kind of like, let's say, overwhelmed. Yeah, I was just so overwhelmed by what anyone and everyone thought of me, and it's just I wasn't really being myself, not truly. And now I love it, because I express myself so much. Sorry. Spirituality, the crystals and everything. And I love animals, and I love dancing, singing, and obviously jumping, and I love silliness. So for me, daring to be me basically was listening to myself, especially when it seemed crazy, and I was just like, I just feel like I have to move, and I just feel like I want to ditch my career and start something different. Or then coming back to Slovenia and be like, yeah, it's time for me to come back. I really want to come back. And, this is what freed me up, and this is what gave me just that, you know, such a healing effect. It's just like I said, everything that no longer kind of belongs or helps you, it just falls off. And that's what happened with so many of the chronic diseases I was carrying with me. And, when I just allowed myself to be me and just to listen myself unconditionally and just accepting my authentic truth with everything, with every cell that I own, it was just like my life just started happening and unraveling in front of my eyes. It was just incredible. Um, so yeah, this is why I love sharing this. It's not, like I said, it's not that you have to do the same, or that this is the only way, but it was like it is something that I see a lot of people struggle with, and that is like, how can I be myself? I'm so afraid of being judged. I'm so afraid, that my friends are not gonna get me, my family is not gonna get me. And just as Jen said previously, it's so true. Like, it has absolutely nothing to do with you, nothing. But everything to do with them. Like, and everyone has their own glasses, their own beliefs, as you learned, throughout this course. And it's just, if you haven't yet, it is time to do this, and you can start by something really simple that just gonna make you feel really authentic and really yourself. And then you can sit down and sit back and observe and be like, oh my God, why haven't I done that before? um, yeah, so this is why, and this is one of the main reasons why I love talking about this, and why this is always, it's always going to be in my courses and everything, healing, because it is one of the most important things that really helped me to heal myself, like, fully. Okay, silly is the new black. So there's power in looking silly and not caring that you do. I so agree with that. Like, you're silly when you embrace your inner child and invite it publicly to come out and play. It's basically accepting all parts of yourself. Okay, which means, um, okay, for instance, for me and for some of my clients, I know, like, they feel like, okay, but people are going to perceive me as childish because I really love, I don't know, like, let's say Disney characters, right? And they're just going to think, oh, you're so childish, and grow up already. And but start accepting these parts of yourself. Like, I used to do that too for myself. I was judging, but then it's just, the more I embraced it, the more I enjoyed it. And the funny thing is, I realized there's so many people out there who need this, and I'm sure there's people around you that you would ideally love, that they would look up to you. Maybe it's your children, or your niece, nephew, or anyone else, or your partner, that you just want them to kind of be inspired by you and see, like, yeah, it's okay, and free yourself and have fun, be playful, include joy, goofiness, and just be unique, be yourself, be your silly self. And it's basically all about embracing your true self, authentic self. And it is a huge freedom in just being who you are. And by the way, of course, there are health benefits to me this. You're being yourself, you're being free, you don't care as much, or you don't ideally care at all what other people say. And just this freedom, it really releases up all of this, kind of like, it's kind of like you being tied down, and now you can really free yourself and be like, oh, I can finally breathe. Yeah, that's me. It's like you can sort of stop pretending. This was one of the things I was going through, and I do have to tell you, a lot of my clients have the same thing. And that's why, even though it sounds silly to be talking about silly, this is again a very tiny, small thing, which seems so simple, but it just really kind of like just really shifts everything in your life. This small little silly thing, it just really opens up all canals, for joy, freedom, for happiness. And honestly, I want everyone to feel that way. Everyone deserves to feel that way. Okay, and you don't have to feel tied down. You don't have to feel bound. You can just be yourself. It's okay to be yourself. The power of authenticity. Beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself. By Coco Chanel. I love this one. So pleasing other people and doing things, going places, taking jobs, or marrying certain people to please those closest to you brought you just so far. Am I right? You just brought you so far, but you're not really happy with where you are, and you don't feel the best, or you would just want more energy. And I want to ask you, like, are you authentic in every part of your life? I mean, are you authentic with your parents? Are you authentic with your other members of family? Are you authentic at work, or even just in your career? Are you authentic with being yourself, relationship with yourself? Are you authentic in romantic relationships? And where do you need most work? For me, it was, and I would say probably the biggest challenge so far, it has always been jobs. I would just take on the jobs that just were not aligned with me, just because I did not believe I could get better ones. And so that's where I needed most work. And I encourage you, I invite you to stop faking it, to start being true, stop pretending. It's not that, like, I'm sort of calling you out, but not like, not in a judgment way, but just like in awareness way, you know. And the thing is, it may not be the easiest in the beginning, but it's going to free you up, and this energy will literally get unstuck from your gorgeous body. And that's when magic happens, that's when disease just falls off. And it was the same for me. If you remember, it was from I think the first week I was talking about back pain, sciatica, how I had that, and I took on a job and I didn't really want to be there, and I just hated it there. It was just so hard. Um, and then I accepted it. It's okay that I want something different and something else. And I let go of the job, and the pain was gone. And I was like, oh my fucking God, just because I was, embracing myself and listening to myself. But again, if I would just know this, but I would not take the action, I would not be, where I am right now. I would not heal. And the thing is that you do deserve the best. And why? Because you only live once. Everyone lives once. So why go around pleasing other people when you just get one life, one body, you know, let's say one opportunity at this life? Even if you believe in past lives, you live, I mean, in this body, at this time, you just get one life. Okay, so just make the best out of it. I know it's not easy. I've been there. I cared about so much what people think of me. I still have that sometimes, but like not even like merely what I did before. Like before, I couldn't even go to the store to pick up the loaf of bread, because I was like, oh my God, I can't ask anyone anything because I just feel so embarrassed and shy all the time. And it's just like, what are they going to think of me, for just regular things. And it's just like, that's just so not important. And that's such a burden on your life, on your health. And guys, yeah, this does affect not just health, but every area of your life. Every area of your life. Everything is so interconnected, and once you are more authentic, once you do listen to yourself, once you are being true to yourself, it just magic happens, true magic happens. And this kind of like energy, stuck energy, just kind of lifts off. It really really helps. So I do encourage you, that work on it. Where do you need most work? Where are you not authentic in your life? And start working towards it. And again, if you have any questions or need something, drop the comments, the questions in the Facebook group. That's why I'm there. If you need advice how to do it, of course I'm gonna help you out. I know this is not this is quite, let's say, a simple thing, but it's not the easiest. And I get that. I've been there. Okay, so how can you be myself now, you ask him? So it's kind of like similar steps that we covered when you talked about intuition. So first of all, like, be aware of what you want. So like, for instance, through meditation, using pendulum that we talked about, and I showed this pendulum on the live Q&A video. So for instance, you can do that and just, sitting down, you calm yourself down and stuff. And then you just listen to what comes up. Okay? It's probably not going to be the same second or the same minute even, but it is going to show up when you just really listen closely. And then when you do hear it, or you can even ask yourself a question. Some people just kind of hear their guidance, but other people just need to ask questions. Like, okay, what am I guided to do? What is for my highest good, or what is for my highest good and the highest good of all? And then don't judge what's coming up from your heart. Okay, just accept what's coming up. That's it. And then take the action or make a plan and start taking baby steps. You can take it slowly. It doesn't have to be anything you do straight away. And the number 6, super important one, don't give a fuck what anyone else says about your dreams and desires. Okay? This is an important one. I stopped myself from taking so much action because of this, and I see my clients getting stuck all the time because of, caring too much what people are gonna say. And again, it has nothing to do with you, it has everything to do with them. Maybe they tried going after the dreams once, and then, they were disappointed, and now of course they want to warn people, it doesn't have to be bad, okay? Usually people mean and intend well, but it doesn't mean this is the right thing for you, okay? Again, if you need any tips and more questions, or you experience more challenges like how to not give a fuck, also have a great book. I'm gonna write it down in the Facebook group for you guys. It really helped me kind of put everything in perspective, but I'm gonna put it again here, like, YOLO. You only live once, so why would you care? Because it's your life, you only get one. It's about you, it's not about them. So just be yourself, just live your life. Okay, then we're coming to this one. Take massive action. So knowledge is only potential power, by Tony Robbins. And I love this one. I get reminded almost every day. I'm just like, damn it, I know this so much, but yeah, I get it. I get it why it's not happening yet. So I want to ask you now, what do you believe will help to heal you? Not what you want to believe in, but like, what do you actually believe in right now? So for instance, this can be like a general practitioner or any other health professional, energy healer, nutritionist, healer, universe, God, Buddha, higher power, or whatever you believe in, or like whatever you call it. Be yourself, a coach, homeopath, or anyone slash anything else. Okay. And now, so what do these have in common? Because I mean, by now you know that whatever you believe in will ultimately heal you, and no matter what that is. Okay, so there's no right or wrong. There's just right for you. I want you to know this because this makes a gigantic difference for you. And now you know what you believe in, and I encourage you, to go and do it. Make a plan and take massive action, and take this action every day, even and especially when it gets tough, even when you're scared, terrified, and especially if it looks like it isn't working. Oh yeah, that one. Take action that makes sense to you and is aligned with who you are and where you're going and what you believe in. Not, like your parents, hey, you should try this. This is really good. And you're like, but I don't really care about it. So don't do it. What feels good? What kind of like, pulls you, kind of like a magnet when it comes to healing. But again, also this applies to everything else in your life. And then go do that. And just as Frank Outlaw says, watch your thoughts for they become words. Watch your words for they become actions. Watch your actions for they become character. Watch your character for it becomes your destiny. So I'm going to say this again, there's only right for you. Okay, there's no right or wrong. There's only what is right for you, what you believe in, what you can get behind. And do that. Some people, for instance, like with stage 4 cancer, some healed with chemotherapy and radiation, some healed just with radiation, some kind of swear that chemotherapy is the worst thing ever, and they heal with nutrition, and some heal with the combination of, I don't know, like energy healing and chemotherapy, or like chemotherapy and foods and anything else. Some heal just with foods and energy. So it's just like there's no right or wrong. It's just, what do you feel most, what do you believe in, what can you get behind, not feel bad because you're doing something. Okay, you have to do what's right for you, what's the best for you. It's literally that simple. Okay, love? Okay, so then we have don't wait. The time will never be just right. So I want you to take massive action to let go of fear, anger, resentment, guilt, shame. I want you to take massive action to have fun, to be playful, to feel alive. I want you to take massive action to change your beliefs and shift them in a way that works for you. What you want to believe in. I want you to take massive action to listen to yourself and your intuition. Take massive action to being your true, authentic, and silly self, an amazing, gorgeous self, because we need you for who you are. Take massive action to being spiritual, to meditate, to tune in, and to kind of like, slow your chatty, loud mind. And take massive action to take care of yourself, your life, and your body. This is what this is about. This is why this is so important, because no one else is going to take care of you if you don't take care of yourself. You get one amazing body. And then we have this one. I love talking about this as well. You know how people say, oh, try this, and I don't believe in this. I want to say, stop trying, start doing, because you're either going to find a way or an excuse. This is a bit in your face, but that's the point. That's why you enrolled into this course, to make a big change. So if it triggers you, just kind of look within and be like, okay, why did this trigger me? Okay, so stay open. So when you're saying that you're trying something, you're actually putting yourself down without knowing it. Something like, I'm not sure how it's gonna go. I'm gonna try and see. This is disempowering. This is not like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. This is like, I'm gonna try. So this immediately means like you put yourself um yeah, you put yourself down, and like, yeah, whether I succeed or not, it depends only on other people, on the outside circumstances. It has nothing to do with me. But this is not, by now this is not it, right? So this is really empowering, and disempowering, and you put yourself in a victim mode when you say, I'm trying, or I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna try, I'm gonna see. Decide and then do it, get resourceful, especially when it comes to your health and healing. And then, for instance, like trying versus doing is empowering as fuck, and it says my success depends only and only on me. I can get resourceful. Of course, you can get help. I'm not saying this doesn't mean I can do everything on my own and I don't need anyone. No, that's not it. Okay, it's not coming from an ego place. It's coming from an empowering place. So next time, you just kind of try to be aware and catch yourself how often you say, I'm gonna try, I'm gonna see. Or maybe how often you said for something in the past and you said, well, I tried. And then just kind of be objective and be like, okay, like how resourceful was I? Or like, did I really try? Like, did I really give it my all? Just give it your all, decide, and then do it. The power of distraction. Now, this is the one that I developed, it's not that long ago. It's been around a year or two. So, when you take the action to take care of yourself, I encourage you to distract yourself, because it doesn't help you to stress, worry, and obsess over being imbalanced. It, it is in fact a powerful healing tool. So I don't mean, let's just get distracted and just binge watch Netflix. and that's all you do. That's not the point. The point is, like, okay, let's say you are the doctor, you're doing the therapy, and you're doing the inner work, and with the emotions and the mindset. Okay, but what do I do now? Like, do I have to do this personal development all the time? But no, it's kind of like you can, for instance, watch a movie or movies, dance, play games, be silly, you have fun and be playful, play with your kids, nephews, or anyone else is going to awaken that amazing inner child of yours. Whatever takes your mind off of worrying and stressing out. Okay, this is really important, and it really helped me, especially like when you are in pain. This really helps, okay? Because you're like, okay, I took something, or either like a medicine, or you have a therapy, or like I said, whatever you believe in, you take that thing, and then like, okay, now what? And instead of obsessing, like, oh my God, am I ever gonna get better? Or like, I don't think this is working. So just stop that and just distract yourself, okay? This is really gonna help you. So just try it out and then let me know how it works in the Facebook group, okay? The power of decision. Decide before you know how, and you're gonna experience miracles. I love this one. I love, 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 love. It really, really, really. This is a life changer. Okay. So why is that so important? For your health, because you have to decide first before it even looks like it's possible, and don't wait around to hear the diagnosis or prognosis or anything else. You can decide to be better anyway. They can still undertake any treatments and anything that you'd like. So, who survived the truly so-called quote unquote impossible diseases and conditions? Those people who decided that this simply isn't for them. You know, they decided before they knew how they're gonna get better that they are in fact gonna get better. They just decided, or some were like, no, this isn't this is not it for me. That's it. They were like, no fucking way, I'm gonna die. Like stage 4, you're gonna die. The doctor said within a month, you just, say goodbye to your family. And some people were just like, no, it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel like it's my time. And no, and they took that massive action to get better and to look within and see what was happening. And the thing is, this also applies to every single area of your life, to your relationships, to finances, to career, to environment, because it's not just that you decide and then you sit on your ass and wait for it to fall in your lap. No, you decide and then you take massive action because you have this drive. Decide first, be a co-creator of your amazing life and your destiny. This is really, really, really awesome stuff. I love talking about it. This really, like, I think this spark in me just kind of went off, because it's almost 1 year ago now when I was at the UPW, so Unleash the Power with Tony Robbins. And yeah, it's all about taking action, all about decisions. And I was like, oh my God, that's one part that's kind of been, let's say, sort of kind of the weakest part in the chain for me. And I just love talking about this, and I love teaching this because it really changed my life in this one mere year. It's been incredible, and in every area of my life. And I want you to know about this is a true power when you decide. Generally we're like, yeah, I'm gonna wait and see what it's like, and then I'm gonna decide, and then I'm gonna see. No, first you gotta decide. First you gotta decide, you gotta believe, and then it's gonna happen. And this isn't some wishy-washy stuff. Mainly I talk about here authenticity, and for instance, listen to this. Studies have shown that people that are more authentic and true to themselves live healthier lives and are much less likely to feel lonely. How cool is that? In fact, it even supports and helps you manage any emotional and environmental changes. Being authentic is also related to higher levels of self-esteem, as well as being happy and satisfied with your life. What's even more interesting is that people who are more true to themselves are more positive, have a higher self-worth, and feel more secure. I find it really, really incredible, and I just wanted to share this with you. So yeah, even the science is catching up on, the true power of authenticity. So it is really healthy for you, and it is life changing. Okay, inspiring story. Oh my God, I couldn't wait. Like, I could barely wait to share this with you guys. I absolutely, absolutely, absolutely love Amy Purdy. I've been following her like kind of passively for a while, but really actively for the past, like, for a month or so. And it's just mind blowing to me what kind of, what she's been through, what happened to her. She truly is like defying all odds. As you can tell, she lost her legs below the knees when she was 19. She got a meningitis. So she's not a typical, let's say a typical example of, heal yourself thing, but she did defy the odds, and she took insane massive action to be where she is. She was in so much pain, and didn't know how she was gonna pull it off, and now she's freaking snowboarding, in Paralympic, and she won a couple of times representing America, and I'm just like, oh my freaking god, this is incredible. For someone so young and just having such a huge change in her life, I honestly can't imagine. It's just incredible what she's doing and inspiring others. And this is the thing, showing us what's possible, showing you what's possible. And that's, I think, one of the greatest gifts we can get. And I'm so grateful for internet for that. So I do encourage you to read her book. Her story is absolutely incredible. And then you think like, okay, like, what's my excuse? And by the way, she had less than 2% chance to survive. She lost both her kidneys and, yeah, legs, and it's just, and spleen, I think, as well. And also, I think she can't really hear on one of her ears. So it's just really, really incredible stuff, and beyond the, inspiring. And that's why I said, like, you really defying a lot, and that's why I decided to show her to you guys. Some of you may know her, but you know in case you don't, this is really the time to check her out, and then you can decide for yourself. Okay, if she can do this, then, well, what can't I do? That's the whole point. And I also prep just so you can see, because then she also starred in Dancing with the Stars, and she never danced before, like, in a couple. And it's really remarkable, and I want you to see this. I'm not sure if you're gonna hear the video, so let me just check that. But you can, you're gonna have it. You're gonna have that, and you can watch it basically once. Yeah, you can actually. Yeah, you can watch it, because this PowerPoint is also gonna be available for you. So let me just check if it's gonna work, and let's check for the sound. Okay, so let's see. I love it because it just really shows, what's possible, and that is absolutely mind blowing. Yeah, okay, the sound works. Okay, that's great. I'm also gonna post this video in the Facebook group, so then you can watch it and just, you know, I mean, it's mind blowing to me when I just, read her story and all about her and just saw what she's doing. I was just like, oh my god, that that's crazy, that's fascinating, that's inspiring. Like, and she also says, like, I don't want to be just inspiring and be like, oh my god, what she did, but she wants to be like, look what I did, you can do it too. Like, if I can lose my legs, then go dancing and snowboarding, and I don't know, all the other, like, I think she's doing, like, water skiing and things like this. Like, what can't we do? We can also do anything and everything. I love it. I love it. Like, really a clear example of what's possible, and defying the odds, and being yourself and embracing yourself, overcoming great adversity and turning it into power. She turned it for. I mean, look at this. Like, I just found it incredible. Turning this adversity into something, for her. She could be depressed and be like, "Oh my God, I lost my legs," and look at what she's doing. Like, she went the other way around, and so can you. So awesome. Yeah, so you gotta watch this. I think someone just kind of made a clip of all of her dances on Dancing with the Stars. I think it was season 18. And I just really encourage you to watch this video. We're not gonna watch the entire video, so we're not gonna watch the entire video. I want you to watch it like I want you to watch it when you have the time, and do it at your own pace, and just really think about when you watch this, what's truly possible for you, or what did you think, was impossible up until now? What did you think was impossible? Maybe what do you think is possible now? Like, did you change your opinion? Did you change your mind? I absolutely love this one. This one is very nice. So yeah, I didn't know. Like, yeah. So then you can share that in our Facebook group. Maybe what did you think before was impossible, and what maybe like did this maybe story and her life change your mind or influence you in any way? Okay, so then you can watch the rest of it at your own pace. Up. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So now it's down to home play. Okay. So I want you to practice being yourself, the steps that we listed and the steps that I talked about, like be aware of what you want, through meditation, just sitting down, being with yourself, listening to yourself. And yeah, listening to what comes up, or even, asking the question, what am I guided to do? It can be for your health or anything else. And then seeing what comes up and not judging it, but instead accepting it. And then don't forget the last part. Take the action, because knowledge is only potential power. Okay, it's not gonna happen if you don't take the action. Okay, you can start taking baby steps, something really tiny, something small, but just as long as you do something. Okay, and along the way, don't worry, don't give a fuck about what other people say, and just live your own life. And then also put your seal in one of a kind on, because that's super sexy and healing, and it's fun. And honestly, like we all love people who are really authentic and being themselves openly. And distract yourself with fun and playful things when in healing mode and when you need rest, not like don't be hard on yourself and be like, oh my god, I have to do this and that and that. Like do the things and then be like, okay, distract with something fun, with something playful. And of course, take massive action to heal yourself. Figure out what is the action for your body and your health that really truly makes sense to you and that you can believe in and get behind. Okay, and then go do it. And don't, again, give a shit about what other people say if they judge you. Because we all have our own definitions of what's good or what's right for us, but that's not, this is just for us. We base our opinions on our life and on our beliefs, so just keep that in mind. Okay, that kind of may be easier for you to kind of like digest why, I don't know, like your mom keeps saying you should try this and you're like, oh my god, mom, I told you like 20 times I don't want this. She just wants the best for you. Okay, if you need any advice, more advice on this, just pop in the Facebook group and ask me the question there. I'd be happy to answer you out. And stop trying, start freaking doing it. Okay, when in doubt and when paralyzed by fear, go look up Amy or any other badass who has defied the odds, no matter what their verdict and prognosis was. So, what's your excuse now? Okay, and decide. Keep on deciding. Decide first, and then, be resourceful, and you're gonna get there. You are gonna get there. And if you're hungry to learn more, I always, of course, recommend Jen Sincero, You Are a Badass. Why? Because she does talk a lot about being yourself, being authentic, and this really goes with this topic. And it's an overall a really great personal development book, because it's also fun. And I want you to have fun, okay? Then also Rebecca Campbell, Light is the New Black. I read that book last year, and it's a truly remarkable kind of how to be yourself. Lots to do with spirituality, and it's a truly remarkable book. Of course, Amy Purdy on My Own Two Feet. I literally could not put this book down. I read it in like 2 days, and the first night I read it until like 5 or 6 in the morning, and then the second I finished at around 3 a.m. So it's a really good book. Um, Go read it. Of course, Tony Robbins' Awaken the Giant Within, Unlimited Power. And when it comes to taking massive action, this really changed, kind of like, let's say it really, really sparked something in me. It really awakened something in me at the UPW event. And I'm going again this year. So this is really exciting stuff. So this is just something, just a couple of resources. As always, you're not obliged or like, you have to do this. No, you don't. You do whatever you want to do. Again, there's no right or wrong. It's just what is right for you. What do you believe in? What feels aligned to you? What makes sense to you for your health, for your well-being, for your healing. There's nothing to feel guilty or bad about. It's just listen to yourself. That's kind of the only rule, guys. And here I want to say thank you. Okay, at this point, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up for yourself, for listening to yourself, for doing the work. It's been my absolute pleasure. I do this because it changed my life completely, and I started teaching it, and I saw how it influences my clients, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta make the course. I need to reach, I need to impact more people. More people need to know this. It's been my absolute pleasure. Remember that you have this course forever, and I'm just gonna keep adding to it. You can keep coming back, rewatching, replaying. Any questions you have, Facebook group still gonna stay open, and yeah, like, you are incredible. Thank you so much. And just remember that most of these things, it's not going to be like a quick fix. For instance, with beliefs and even like expressing your emotions, especially when they're negative, it's going to take some time and it's going to take loads of practice. But just keep in mind that it's okay. It's okay that it takes time. It's normal that it takes time. So no need to be hard on yourself and be like, oh my God, why can't I just freaking get it? Because knowledge is just one thing. And Tony says it's so freaking wild that knowledge is a potential power. And that's why most people are unhappy and, not feeling unwell and just being like, oh, why is this not working for me? Taking massive action, believing in yourself, doing all the work that I mentioned, all the tips. Of course, not everything at once. Just take baby steps. Do what makes sense to you, and just remember it's okay. It's okay even if it takes much, much longer. I mean, I thought I'd be like in my head before I got so impatient, like, oh my God, by now I should be that and that and that, and it should be so much faster. But once I just stopped resisting, it just got much easier, and then it also got quicker, and it's okay because it is a journey. You are shaping yourself, you are shaping who you are, and that's okay. So I love you so, so, so much, you guys. You are incredible. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to do this. I know you're very busy. I know, like, and I really value and appreciate you for you to just to be here and to do this. And again, I'm always here. Just, put any questions, any comments, any feedbacks in the Facebook group. I would love to hear from you. You can just kind of stop by and be like, oh, this really helped me, or this and this happened, but I remember this. Like, just anything you have, any feedbacks. I'd always love to see that. Okay, at any time. I love you so much. You're incredible, and yeah, I guess I'll see you in the Facebook group. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Bye.